guys, so it's AJ again. So this week we did the Clifton Strengths Finder, and so obviously I learned about my five strengths, my top five strengths according to the Clifton Strengths Assessment. The strength that really stood out to me the most was the developer strength, but as I read more into it, I think that it was definitely something that I was able to relate to, and that I could begin to find examples of how it fit, because I definitely like to cultivate the potential in others and uplift them in different ways. Funny enough, actually, as we were doing an assignment that same day, I had a conversation with my little sister, and we were just talking about, like, you doing this, this, and this, but you also doing this, and I think we need to capitalize on this so that you can move in this direction. So definitely a cultivated person and trying to really help other people see their potential and grow. Something that I already knew was that I was good at adapting and solving problems. I also know that I take satisfaction in being busy and productive, and that's not always a good thing, because sometimes I then get overwhelmed because I feel like I'm always busy. But then I get a moment to myself, and I'm just like, what am I doing? I need to find something to do. It's something that I could be completing. It's something that I could be working on. So, um, that was something else that I did already know. I'm also aware that I typically am very organized, but I have a great amount of flexibility. I'm very much so like a go with the flow person. I like to have like a guide. I like a little outline. But I'm not married to the outline. So if things, shift along the way, I'm typically okay with that, as long as I can get whatever needs to be done. A tangible way that my leadership can be redefined based on knowledge from this week is that I think I could use my strengths to build upon my leadership in a lot of ways, and really just the most blaring tangible way was to use my arranger skills to create like a schedule guide for me to follow. I am trying to figure out life, I have a 3-year old, I have a fiance, I have a little sister who relies on me after the loss of our mom. I'm kind of taking on that role as well. And although she's an adult, she relies on me for that feedback that a mother would give. Adding work, I'm transitioning into a new role as an OTR versus a CODA. Trying to get, my boss really wants me to become an evaluator with the state, so working on building that portfolio. School. So using those strengths, I really think that I can create like a, kind of how I mentioned earlier, like an outline schedule to kind of help guide my day, but also allow me some flexibility, because it's flu season, and so as a mom, I already know what time it is with a kid who's in school. I know that he's gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick. Fiance is gonna get sick, and so just being able to have an outline and be like, okay, if I can do this at this during this period, I can do this during this period, and but be willing to be flexible with it. Like, okay, I didn't get this done during this time, but I have this extra time down here. So using that skill to really help me be a better leader, because the more well managed I am, the better that I can show up in the different spaces that I need to show up and be a leader in, um, both in my household, at work, and in school. So I think that's a way that I can tangibly redefine my leadership this week, is to manage my time better, to be able to better show up. Right now, I am lacking discipline. And I think that using that arranger strength will help me go in the right direction to be more disciplined. So, like, using that outline, um, because I beat myself up a lot. Um, I beat myself up a lot. And so being okay and kind of knowing that it is a strength, and being organized and flexible, versus, oh, I didn't hit my deadlines, didn't hit this that I set for myself, which means I failed. Remembering that it's a skill to be able to be flexible as well and keep moving, will help me not beat myself up as much, and also help me be more disciplined and still getting things done accordingly. The professional development opportunity that exists is just creating that schedule to be better managed in my time. So all of these things are kind of going together, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but creating that schedule, I think that's going to be my professional development for this week. And as far as who I need to be successful in this journey, I think being open and honest with both my partner and with my boss, so that way I'm not stretching myself too thin. Being honest with them about the obligations that I have for the week or the goals that I have for the week, and then trying to find time to schedule whatever it is that they need from me versus kind of on the fly trying to throw everything in. Like telling my boss, like, hey, I know that you want to do this point this week, can we schedule a time so that way I'm able to move around it. So being able to work with them so that I can maintain my discipline and my schedule and my boundaries, um, while also still getting things done and being able to take care of whatever needs to be done. So yeah.